Hey guys, I started my journey in April of 2022 when I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And the problem was the medication wasn't approved yet, FDA. So I had to go through other, you know, hoops and jumps to get medication and metformin and step therapy. And I had a doctor that wasn't open. And I had to go to even a diet class.
Really? Even with type 2 Susan?
Yeah, with a weight management class and had to go through all that so to get the medication. And so I started my own. I did another off-label go-go diet. You know, it's a diet with supplements. Didn't work. It didn't work for me. It might work for other people. It didn't work for me. And I continued with my fight. I just kept on going to the doctor. Is tirzepatide available? Tirzepatide available. When it finally came available, I finished my step therapy. I had to go to a telehealth doctor to get it prescribed. Got all my medical stuff loaded up, and I finally got it prescribed August 12th of 2022 was my first injection. And I've never looked back. 87 pounds later, and I'm here today, a new woman. I think the confidence that I had, but I've been there. I've been to every diet. I've been guinea pig. I've been thin. I've been Weight Watchers. I've done keto. I've done the cabbage diet. When I was in the military, I was anorexic. I was bulimic. I went through a lot. I've always struggled with my weight. And the weight bias of doctors. It's out there. The fat bias is there. You break a toe, it's your weight. You know, everything was always to my weight, yet there was never an answer. And I really don't think they wanted to have the answer. They were just filling blocks. I was just a patient. They got paid and send me on my way, try this, try that. And hand me a sheet of paper, tell me to eat less, move more. That was always the answer. And it really wasn't the answer for me. So Manjaro changed my life, changed my family's life. I want to be there for my grandchildren. I want to play with them. I want to, you know, go to their ball games and not be sweaty or can't even go up the bleachers. To me, that was so important. So, you know, I logged, I journal. I really believe in journaling. That's my thing. You don't have to do it. But it's helped me in my journey. It's helped me to figure out what foods work with me in Manjaro. Can't drink sodas anymore.
Oh, no.
I was a sodaholic, like 8, 10, 12 a day, no lie. And not diet. It was always the regular stuff. So I can't drink anymore because Manjaro makes it taste to me like metal.
Oh.
So it's going to get. So I drink water with lemon 99% of the time. And a coffee in the morning, protein coffee, which Annie, you know.
Yeah, Annie.
Rainbow Annie.
Rainbow.
She got me on that with the caramel and everything. So
good.
I have one every morning now. So that's my addiction. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
A healthy addiction.
Yeah.
So that's where I've been. That's where my journey has led me to this wonderful group of COP. I think I told you before where there was many times that I was going to stop my TikTok because I started TikTok as I hold myself accountable. I wanted people to hold me accountable to my journey, to my weight loss, what I said I was going to do to make sure that I did it. And in the interim, I found wonderful connections with friends who become family and who have the same goals, have the same issues, the same struggles that we've all been through. And so it's an enjoyment now.
Yeah.
And so I will continue my journey. If I inspire one person to take this journey, to listen to all of us that we have to say, and we're not experts by no means. I'm not a doctor, but man, I can help. I can help. They just have to take the next step for themselves and advocate for themselves. And I think that's been my biggest outtake. Advocate for myself because I never gave up on tirzepatide no matter what the doctors were telling me.
Yeah. Because you knew.
I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't take it at that time, but I knew. I knew that was the answer for me. And so, so glad I did. So glad I advocated.
That's awesome. So in terms of like weight when you were younger and dealing with it, we talk a lot about our period of food wise. Is that something you experienced?
Oh, absolutely.
And what's it like now?
I was a binge eater. Literally. My husband would go to bed and I would sit there and eat a whole bag of Doritos and eat it. And that was a coping mechanism for me. With my depression, I was very depressed. I didn't want to do anything. I stopped wearing makeup. I stopped doing my hair at the beautician, my nails. I wore leggings because I couldn't fit in my size 20 jeans anymore, and I didn't want to go up the anymore, but I was. I was just in a different body, right? And different clothing. And since I've been on Mount Earl, there is no good noise. Like I think of food now for the first time in my life as fuel for my body. You know, and if I like it, I eat it. I don't limit myself. I think limiting sets you up for long-term failure. And so I eat anything as long as they fit in my macros that I have set with the dietitian with myself, and I just stick to that.
And that helps you?
Absolutely.
Do you feel restricted by sticking to macros?
No, not at all. It's like eating.
Because you can eat anything.
Anything has protein. There's lots of foods that have protein. There's lots of things that have fat, fiber, the calorie intake, your carbs. It's just the portion sizes change. And Mount Earl, of course, helps us with that portion size, with the satiety that it gives us. So that's a blessing. Which I never had. As a kid, I was always the fat kid, right? I can remember when I got to size 12, I thought, oh my gosh, lost all this weight. I'm in 12. I was so excited. And my aunt comes down. She goes, you would look really pretty if you lost about 6 pounds. That has stuck with me my entire existence. Then I go in the military. The max weight was 144. I went in at 140. Immediately, they put me on the program where they watched everything I ate. As soon as I went in, so for the 11 years that I was in, that's what they concentrated on. And, I had to weigh a certain weight. So that's what started my addiction with bulimia and anorexia. It got really bad. It just weight hanging me up and go. The struggle finding life.
Yeah, I totally understand. And so many people that watch the show have experienced, we're on YouTube, so we can say it, binge eating disorder, and they definitely will relate with this because it's like it's so shameful, and like I even get upset, but it's awful. I mean, it's like you live so many years and think that it's your fault, but it literally is your body not working like it's supposed to, and it's like a symptom of that,
And we didn't know.
And we didn't know.
And I was ashamed, like my husband wasn't going to find out. He's going to see me blow up. But he's always been supportive of me no matter what body I'm in. He loved me for anything. So, but I didn't love myself. And I think that's where it comes in. And if you can't love yourself, how can you love someone else? So even though he saw me in a different light, I saw myself as the worst light. And I couldn't be the light to him that I should have been. And it had nothing to do with the bigger body. It was my health. It was the way I felt. It was my brain makeup, my depression, everything about that. I just gave up. And was at the time gave me all a new life.
And then, are you still finding it difficult with like insurance to get things approved, or is it all working out in understep therapy?
Thank goodness for me. It's been approved. I have a PA that's good for a very long time. I was one of the fortunate ones. I do have a doctor that supports me. They're strictly for obesity, which I think is important. Another thing is, I think when you go to a PCP, they don't mean goodwill, I don't believe, towards you per se. They just have no knowledge themselves. That's not their field, the service. So I would always encourage someone, if they want to go on this journey, to seek out an obesity specialist doctor. And they will set you up with your dietitians. They know what really you need and what's really going on with our brain. They know what's happened. Where PCP just doesn't have that. Your primary therapist just doesn't have that knowledge.
I agree. Like when you got started, I'm curious, did the doctor tell you like, hey, when you start this, you're going to feel like this, or you should eat this, or you should expect this? Or did they just go, there you go?
Here you go. What happened with my, originally my first, when I got my prescription, they took the prescription, didn't really tell me anything about it. I learned everything from TikTok, believe it or not, and what the side effects. And I had researched tirzepatide before I got on it. I didn't just do it blindly. But I knew more than my doctor knew. My original doctor. So I told them what tirzepatide does and what it does, and they even asked me, what profession did you for the entire? Were you in the medical field? I said, no, I just had time to study the body, study this medication. And that's why I was so passionate about it. I read the clinical trials, all the things. And I want to make myself smarter so I can advocate for myself.
absolutely. And then I think like, and I see this with you because you like really good about like helping other creators, like small, large, whatever it is. Like you do things like and like acknowledging them and keeping them going. I feel like that's so important because it is easy, especially like if you're on a certain dose, to go, oh no, like I'm not eating enough, or oh no, you know, I'm eating too much. And like going through all that, it's so nice to have somebody that's where you are in your journey. So like I hope that you'll keep doing it because I've got a long way to go still.
I'm not going anywhere.
So I love that you're still here and still helping, and this is going to help a lot of people too.
I hope so. That's what I want to do. When people come on board and they'll say, I just got the medication, I automatically friend request them. You can look at how many follow me and how many I follow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But if they reach out to me, I will get to them. I really believe in that. And I know at some point, when you get so many people, it's going to be hard. But I have a small base, and we talked about that, my husband and I, that I have a small base, and I'm really glad that I can help them. So when they reach out to me, I'm there. You know, whether it be on my plastic surgery journey, whether it be on my weight loss journey, whatever it is, I want to help them because I want them to suffer. And if I can, you know, it's kind of like raising a kid, right? If you can stop them from doing something because you've already done it, that's what you want to do. You don't want them to have to go through that hurdle. So that's what I'm there for. Just kind of make them aware of what some of the side effects are. If the side effects are too much, go down your dose. You know, you don't have to titrate up so quick. Those things. You know, always speak to your doctor though. I always encourage that. You know, they should always go to a physician because I'm not a doctor. No. But I have experience because I've used it and I'm on the next to highest dose. I'm on 12.5.
I agree. Like, but I mean, like, it's intense. Yeah. But you know, it's like, I think that what we don't realize though is that sometimes, like, sure, our doctors know more about the body and all the different things they went to school for all this time, right? But there's something about taking the medicine, right? And like, recently, and I've shared because my mom's come in my lives before. My mom started taking Ozempic, and my sister takes Wegovy. And I said to them, I was like, I go to my sister, I go, listen, I know this is like a new journey for mom. I was like, but I'm kind of excited that she's going to see the promised land. Right? And she'll see like that feeling that we get, right? That feeling you're like, oh my God, this is the thing. Like,
euphoria.
Because you're like, oh my God, like it was broken and now it's not. And what is possible, right?
And it's so wild. Like, you can't even put into words because when it happens, you're like, oh my God, this is what normal people feel like. Like, now I understand why they can go buy the bag of Doritos and just leave it, you know?
And they also like it also makes sense why they don't get us.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why they don't like, you know, when you're talking with them and they're like, I don't understand why you just can't stop eating. I don't understand why you can't just eat less food more. And you're like, because I'm broken. Like, but it makes sense. And you don't really realize their point of view until you're in their shoes, right? When you were working, like they said. I appreciate that so much. You mentioned about your plastic surgery. So I for sure am now experiencing all the skin in the land and figuring out how to fit it in my clothes and what to do with it because I got a lot more to go. And I don't be taking nothing out until it's time. So it's like, I'm wondering, like, a lot of people, so we talked to Michelle, talked to other Susans. we're going to get all the Susans. You know, and we talked about, like, how some doctors are like, hey, you know, if you're, like, 10 pounds away from where you want to be, like, it's cool. But then when we talked with Michelle, she said that she's met doctors that actually will allow you to have a higher BMI because they're just larger people. And so, like, when you're thinking about moving your skin, should you not remove your skin and enjoy your body, right, and feel like you need to, because it's a lot more than just the way you look, right? It's the feeling of the skin. It gets in the way and causes health. Yeah.
And I think it becomes a personal choice of what you want to do.
Yeah.
My doctor was pretty adamant because of what I wanted. You have to have realistic expectations. Like, you know, I'm 60, so my expectations was to look like a 20-year-old.
Right.
Whoops.
You totally do now. Don't talk about unrealistic expectations.
It's to fit your body, how it's going to react. You have to keep in mind that your visceral fat, what's around your organs, are underneath the muscle, right? So your plastic surgeon can only take out what's above the muscle. So if you have a lot of visceral fat, your expectations should be a little bit lower. They're still going to get you a tight body. You know, they're still going to get rid of that extra skin. But just know you're still going to be probably out there because of the visceral fat. And until you lose the visceral fat, then it'll all come back. But it's a personal choice. I know people that do high BMI surgery. All personal choice. And then the second thing is how much money you want to spend.
Facts.
It's the dollars. You know what I mean? And every location is different. Every doctor is different.
Yeah.
Research them.
Yeah.
I really like.
Yeah.
The one that's
How
good
do
with
you
you sleep.
when you say like research? What are like some good tips when you're trying to decide that? Like, what are you looking for?
Well, a lot of them are online now. I looked for someone that wasn't on the board certified, but I wanted them to be board certified in cosmetic plastic surgery. They can kind of sculpt you, right? Where just a regular plastic surgeon is more worried about just face, right?
Yeah.
Your body. I mean, some of them go a little bit more because they have that experience.
Yeah.
You want someone that has experience. You don't want someone that's just did it for 5 years. You know,
Right.
look to be 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Look at their reviews. If you have an opportunity to talk to them in their office, we
Yeah.
were there when other people wanted out. We go, hey, you know, what's it like? If it's still for your doctor, if he doesn't have good bedside manners for you that you connect to, don't do it.
Yeah.
Find someone else. You will find that person and you'll connect.
Totally.
But don't just do one. You know, I
Right.
researched in Nashville. I researched
I
in
did.
Georgia. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I ended up settling on Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Because we're close there. We're about hours of Chattanooga. And that's where I settled. But I would have came to Nashville. I
Yeah.
just didn't get the warm place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Interesting. So you're like going with logic and then moving into the more of the business. I like it. I like it. It's a good strategy. Yeah, I figure when the time comes, I gotta tell you, I never even thought that I would. I can't even conceive of this. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like, I bought a size extra large, and for me, I haven't been an extra large. I started in a 3X, 4X, right? So I haven't been an extra large since college.
So
And
proud.
I'm like, and a large is just underneath that, and that was high school because I'm a larger human, you know.
Yes.
So it's like I can't even conceive of it. Now I'm starting to see that like time and treatment, like it's consistency in time and treatment, right?
Absolutely.
And then it's like it's all possible now, like,
Yes.
right?
Which you didn't think was possible.
Yeah.
I can remember when I first started Journey, somebody had asked me on a live,
Yeah.
are you going to have plastic surgery? I go, oh, no, I don't care. You know, my husband loves your body.
Totally.
Until it all just kind of started hanging. You're like,
Yeah.
you're like, well, maybe not, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when you don't like yourself, when you look yourself in the mirror,
Yeah.
for me, it was obvious what I needed to do.
Yeah, totally.
Like
Yeah.
that.
You know when you get there.
Yeah, you will
basically.
absolutely know.
I
You
will.
absolutely know.
Yeah.
You'll know.
Definitely.
And I have,
Yeah.
you can look at my very first videos, and I encourage anyone to do that.
Yeah.
So look at my first video. You see how depressed I was, and I was like, I was trying to kind of be funny, but I wasn't, you know, that kind of thing. And as time went on, I bought them. My first infinity hoop video, you know, oh my gosh.
You and Rebecca?
Yes.
I know.
We were doing the lives back then with Courtney and Gina and all the girls.
Yeah.
And I would do lives Tuesdays and Thursday nights until my internet started getting issues, just blanking out. So, but you know, I stuck with it. I I have my infinity hoop here, matter of fact. I brought it for some of the girls. But it helped me. It helped my core and it helped me in my weight loss. But it also helped me for my surgery because it helped my core and that visceral fat go. So I love it because it's fun and it's not, you know, high impact. You can make it high impact.
Yeah.
But you don't have to.
Yeah.
But
I did one, and and John, he was like, "What are you doing?" And I've actually stopped the television when I put it on, and to my son, he goes, "Hold on, buddy, this is gonna be good." And I started doing it. I got maybe once around. He's like, "How's it going?" And I was like, "It's really hard. It's so hard." And then when I saw you and Rebecca doing it, I was like, "Oh, it's side to side.
Yes.
It's side to side.
It's not like a hula hoop. Yeah.
I was trying to hula hoop. He was getting a kick out of it.
And you'll get to where you can hula hoop.
Yeah.
When you start, listen,
Yeah.
it's side to
No,
side,
it's
front
side
to
to
back.
side. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
get your cardio up.
Yeah.
Does my quads.
Yeah.
Your butt. I mean, you know, I added weights to my arms.
Yeah.
But you know, I got the big arms. I always will have. I
Yeah.
can afford to get those done too.
No. Next.
Yeah. So you know, you had to pick. You had to pick and choose.
Yeah,
Had to
for sure.
choose.
Yeah. Well, the arms are more easily hidden.
Yes. Exactly.
And definitely not as like, I think the tummy is like so uncomfortable because like of where it lays, right? Like, and where the skin falls and how it kind of gets
in the rash.
Oh, the itching in the rash. Yes. And it's just getting worse. Like, I even find it's hard to even sculpt it now. Like, it's easier to sculpt back. Like, when you go to shapewear. Yeah. Like, you just like, it sort of just smushes kind of into place. But that's not how it works.
It gives little ripples.
Yeah, it does. It looks like bumps under a blanket. It does. Yeah. And I'm like, my cutie boys ain't doing it. I need more than just tummy control. So that's new. Yeah, I think more people are getting there now. I'm starting to see like in our journey, but it blows my mind. I'm here all here, but so we can talk. It blows my mind how, hey y'all. It blows my mind how many people don't know, Suzanne. Like, how many people don't know about this medicine? How many people don't know that they're sick and that it's okay and that they're not alone and that it's not their fault? And like, it blows my mind. As I told you, like, so I get very discouraged, you know, and it's like, I feel like we have almost like a responsibility to continue to talk about these things, like no matter how much crap we get like, in the media. And I know you agree, you know. And so like I because there's just so many, Susan. They don't know.
No, and to blame everything on us.
Yeah.
And you know, we're fat, we're lazy, we're all that.
Yeah.
We're not.
No.
I just want to tell anyone.
Yeah.
Just reach out to your doctor and get on the medication form.
Yeah.
The medication for you.
Yeah.
There is an answer. Media doesn't want to, you know,
Yeah.
big pharma doesn't want it. The food industry doesn't want it. They don't want us to be skinny. They don't want us to be healthy.
Yeah.
But we have to advocate for ourselves.
Yeah.
And I'm very passionate about it. And that's why I'm going to stay on TikTok and I'm going to help every soul that I can during my journey until the day I die or the day I take TikTok away, whatever the case may be.
Oh God, let's hope neither.
Yeah, hope neither. Yeah, exactly. And you know, I encourage it. Reach out to me. You know, I'm a comment away,
For sure.
a DM away to help.
Yeah.
And I know you're the same way. We have connected on a level with TikTok and love you to pieces. I've loved you since the first time I saw your videos. You know, and I've just been on this great journey with Lori, Claire, and Jeannie, and Sabrina, and Alexis, and Mama Jen. I mean, just everyone.
It's
so
so
many
cool.
demands, you know,
It's so
Rachel.
Cool. Yeah, because we all get it. Right? Like there's this switch that flips, right? Like it's the weirdest thing to like make it sound so trivial, but that's what happens.
Yeah.
Right? Is it just like all of a sudden, and then you get it, and it's like, and I think that that's what when people talk about it, like getting the medicine being a miracle and all that. No, like the scientific discovery is a miracle. It is.
Yes.
And what we are experiencing is miraculous. It's the experience that none of us ever thought was possible or probable. And that's what's so like special about it.
You know, we talked about earlier about, you know, we get the black, or you're taking the easy way out, or you're cheating. Who cares?
Who cares? I don't care. You're fine, cheater. I'm fine.
Yeah. Sticks and stones will hurt my butt. Listen, I've been called worse.
Yeah.
You know.
Same.
You know.
Same.
But what's so wrong about taking the easy way out? What's so wrong about that? You know, looking for a better solution. You can't tell me that no one else would do that if they were in our shoes.
No.
You just can't say that. So,
and there's so many sicknesses like that, right? Like, it would be like somebody saying, like, as someone that has cancer and going, like, no, like, I mean, let's don't treat that because it's the easy way out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the people that smoke and get cancer, you still treat them.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, like,
why do we get the flack? Why does our industry get the flack? Why do obesity and they call us fat, lazy, take it easy way? But when we're fat and lazy, you want us to lose weight. But then when we find a way to lose weight, you don't want us to do that. So what is it?
Exactly.
You really don't care. You just want to be relevant.
And you know, like when people say, I'm sure that you get this. Like one of the biggest things they'll say is, "Oh, you know, they'll say you're gonna just gain it back." And what pisses me off about that is that when you start a diet, like in general, nobody ever says to you you're gonna gain it back. When statistically, everybody gains it back. Like
then some.
Yeah. Like,
but why do you care now?
Like, no.
Like you're not in my household.
No.
Like why should you care? Because it's not. You're not paying for my medicine.
Yeah.
You're not paying for my doctor visits. You know. So why do you care what happens to me?
Yeah, I really think that like, and I'm starting to see it too, like skinny privilege is a thing. Like people don't want their level of whatever somehow put in a place, right? Like to where it makes them less than this. You know, like remember that one girl that was going around recently? And she's like an advocate for those who have like obesity and fat and all these different things. And then she was blown off about a Ozempic.
Yes, like
and I'm like, what are you doing? Like just because
you of all people.
Yeah. Like just because you've accepted your body like this does not make you like any less worthy. Exactly. You know what I mean? Or what you've decided to do, like it doesn't make it any less valid. You know, just because someone's trying to do it a different way. We've got to stop telling people to do with their bodies. Like, period.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
Man, that was like Man, she got it good, marketing.
Yes, she did.
She got it good.
I did one. Yes, I
You
did.
did? I haven't seen it yet.
I did. Yes, I did.
I gotta go look. I did one too.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah.
You know. Well,
And
actually, it was
yeah.
off the leash.
Yeah,
So
off
it
the
was.
leash,
It was a. I was trying to triple do it, but they wouldn't stitch it. But it was.
I wish they would.
Yeah.
Because it's just like overwhelming. Like, this is all dumb. Do you see the dumbness?
Yeah.
I just don't care.
But skinny bias is.
Yeah.
I mean, fat bias is there, and
Yeah.
privilege is absolutely there.
But
I
they-
went shopping for jeans. I think.
Yeah.
I had a video about that. And you go to the store. When I was on the plus side,
Yeah.
they could care two less if I was in there,
Yeah.
other than, can I help you?
Yeah.
You know, what's in your bag kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah, totally.
And now you go in there and it's like, oh, can I help you? You know, anything on the, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
It is
It's
so
totally
different.
different.
I feel like that makes people upset. Like, they
Yeah.
see that and they're like, why was I any less than I was before?
Exactly.
Just because my body had no fat on it.
I had the same amount of money before as I do now coming in your
Like,
store.
why are you there? You work on commission? Be happy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be there, go find something else. But I mean, come on, let's be real. Life's too short.
That life was too short. I feel like that's the phrase of like this year and next year. Like, life is just too short. Like, we have to live what we have while we have it, you know? But like, thank you so much for coming. Like, I know I'll make sure I put all of Susan's info so we can go follow her. Because if you don't, you're sleeping on Susan. I've been following Susan for a long time. You're sleeping on. I just had it with Brenda recently too. I was like, you're sleeping.
Yeah.
You're sleeping on Brenda.
Yeah, Brenda's good.
Yeah.
She's good. She's another great advocate for
There
people.
are so many that are out there.
We have a great family.
And the stupid algorithm is like, I feel like making the people who've been doing this longer, like, less around, because that's what algorithms do, right? It's all about what's relevant. Well, there's nothing more relevant than people who've been doing this for a year or 2 years. Like,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like, that's the thing is they need the help. They need the help.
We want to be there to help them, and how are you going to get that out and let people see that we're there for them? There is an answer. There is finally an answer.
Yeah. That's how we're going to end it. There is an answer. And follow Susan. But okay, cool. So enjoy the live, and I'll be in Nashville, and I'll be dropping more interviews with people in our community, because then you'll really, really know you are not alone. It is not your fault. It is like scientifically proven. So no more of that shame. That crap is over. We are moving on. Thanks so much for talking with us. It's been lovely. And hopefully my phone doesn't die. Woo! Have a good night. Happy Friday.